Hello and welcome to Snowdonia, and in this view we are on a quest to find the best view in Snowdonia. We're just here right now. This 1 second ago was literally white. We could not see a single thing. There was a blanket of cloud. It's cleared in perfect timing. But yes, we are currently scrambling up this incredible looking mountain, so stick around to the end of the video to find out about this. But for now, let's head to our first location. Ellie, you made it.
I made it.
Good job.
I made it.
Okay, enjoy the video. So we are going to visit 4 epic locations throughout this video, and in the end we're going to see which view we think is best, and we're not even at the first one yet. And look at that already. I mean, can't complain. So the first location that we're visiting actually dates back to 1787, and it's actually very fitting due to Wales's big history in the slate mining industry. So we're very close to the popular town of Llanberis, and right now we are at the Dinorwic slate mine. Now I know I've butchered that name, so let me know how wrong that was. But yes, in the 1870s, this was one of the largest, if not the largest, slate mine in the world. It employed over 3,000 people in its prime, and the slate from here was shipped all over Europe and into North America as well. Right now we're on a footpath that goes all the way around, and it's like, I don't know where to look, there's just too many good views. If I look over to my right, you've just got the incredible Snowdonia mountains, and over to my left are the remains. These entire hills are just littered with sort of small reminders of the incredible history of this place. But going back to the history of this place, the slate mining industry of Wales did have its problems, and most of those problems were due to the hardships of the miners. In fact, the workers at this very mine went on strike in 1900, and the disputes lasted for around 3 years. And this was one of the main reasons that led to the downfall of the Welsh slate mining industry. This specific mine was closed in 1969, and much of the equipment was auctioned off to pay off the mine's debts. And just to give you an idea of what we can see from this little viewpoint spot that we've just reached, I'll give you a 360 view. Not that it can capture the full essence of this place because it is just mind-blowing, but here you go. So the first peak that you can see over here is the peak of Glyder Fawr. That is the mountain we're going to be climbing at the end of the video and seeing what we can see from up there. The very small castle that you can see down there is Llyn Padarn castle, and the town right next to it is the town of Llanberis, which is on the shores of a 2-mile long lake which is called Llyn Padarn. And then obviously looking back behind me again is the incredible Dinorwic slate mine. So there you go, 360 view. This is why it is going first in the video, and we will see by the time we've seen every view there is to see how this compares, but this is pretty special. But now on to our second place that we're going in the video, and we are heading right down there to Llyn Padarn, and right on the shores of that is a very special and quite famous tree. So the second spot that we are visiting in this video is actually extremely close to the Dinorwic slate quarry. In fact, I think we can see it. It's literally just up there, and this is the Llanberis Valley here, except obviously this time we're a bit lower down. So this one's extremely accessible, which is another bonus for it. But this lake behind me is Llyn Padarn, which at around 2 miles long is one of the largest lakes in Wales. And the very spot we're in today you may recognise because it is one of the most photographed trees in Wales, I believe. And so yes, enjoy some cinematics of the pretty famous lonely tree. All I can say is wow for this one. This feels like almost like an entire Windows screensaver or something. Every single view from this lake is just so picturesque. I've seen the photos of this quite famous lonely tree before, but they just really don't even compare to the real view of actually being here. It's so serene. The only issue is, as it's so accessible, it's a very busy place, so you probably want to best come in the evening, maybe like me, or even better, in the morning, and you can catch a sunrise there, which I'm sure is pretty astounding. time to move on to our third location of the video. In this one we're going up a little bit higher again, quite a bit higher actually. We're going to the top of one of many of Snowdonia's incredible mountains. So now we are heading up to our final view of the video, and I mean, although I say view, we are about to hike up into that, so we might just get a lovely view of a cloud, but you never know, maybe it'll clear. We are on Glyder Fawr, and I know I've pronounced that wrong, so again, let me know, but it is one of the slightly lesser known mountains to climb up in Snowdonia. I think most people opt for the very popular mountain of Mount Snowdon, which is the tallest mountain in Wales. I mean, it is the most popular mountain to climb in the UK after all, but Snowdonia is packed full of so many other mountains that have just as good, if not even better views, because they're just so much quieter and it's just so much more peaceful hiking up them. So the summit of this mountain sits at around 1,000 meters, and it's actually located right next to Tryfan, which I think any mountain climbers will know and love climbing up that mountain. But yes, so enjoy some cinematics of the way up. So yes, the cloud has cleared and we can see absolutely everything, which is awesome. This is a bit of a scrambling section that we've hit now. We might not make the full summit as it's starting to get a little bit darker. We picked to do this in the evening, which I would totally suggest, by the way. We just have something else that we want to get to after this. And to be honest, this view is blowing my mind already. So here we are in the very rare Welsh sun, and for this third entry in the best views video, this one is slightly ironic because this house behind me is actually nicknamed the Ugly House, and here I am putting in the video the best views, but I think this thing is the total antithesis of ugly. So this house is a little bit of a mystery really. No one really knows who built it or when it was built or even why it was built. So some people think it was built overnight in the 15th century, and others think it was built by robbers and thieves and could have been used as a robber's hideout back in the 15th century. But there's just not really any way to know for sure. All we know is that it would have taken quite a lot of manpower to move some of these massive rocks used in the construction of this little house into place, but I guess that just adds to the mystery. So I feel like the Ugly House and its gorgeous woodland forest surroundings just feel like they belong in a fairy tale or something like that. And that is why it's going on the list. But for now, we're going to our final location. And now that brings us to our final location of the video, and this one does not only encapsulate Snowdonia, but kind of encapsulates this entire section of North Wales, and as you can probably tell, it's going to be a coastal view. We're just hiking up there now. Here's the view we see when we get there. So here we are in the small little seaside village of Dinas Dinlle. Here we stand on the remains of an old Iron Age hill fort that dates back to around 2,500 years ago. About a third of it has been claimed back by the sea because there is these intense cliff drop-offs here. But the views from here are incredible. The views over there, we can see Anglesey. If we look behind us, we can see Snowdonia. If we look behind us again, we can see Elley. If we look behind us again, that is down into the Llyn Peninsula over there. So you can just see pretty much every corner of North Wales from this point, and it just gives you such an idea of the landscapes and everything. But yes, this rounds off our 4 locations. So, ratings. Which is the best?
Mountain first, because it's a mountain. I think second the mine, because it was cool. Third, probably this.
Yes.
And then fourth, the Ugly House.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean the ugly house and these are probably on the same page, but
yes.
Yeah.
This has a much nicer setting, as unfortunately the ugly house was located quite near a road. This is just very peaceful, you can probably tell. But yes, I agree. So there we have it. The best view that we managed to find in 1 week in Snowdonia is hiking up Glyder Fawr. So there you go. That's my suggestion. If you come in Snowdonia, do that, as long as you're okay with a bit of scrambling. But it's good fun. So we are definitely going to come back to Snowdonia soon-ish to climb up some more mountains, because there are many more that we want to climb whilst we're up here. But yes, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for my next videos. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.